Traders, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my live trading session. The instrument we're looking at is S&P 500 mini futures. Time frame is 2000 tick chart, and we can see that the structure is a bullish uptrend. We started with a very strong bullish spike that later on transferred into much more of a flatter channel. So we have a spike and a channel formation. This blue line is a 21 bar exponential moving average, which I use as a supportive indicator, but we can see that every single pullback to the EMA was rejected, indicating a decent series of high highs, high lows, and this trend is pretty strong. So at this point on, as long as this channel is in play, I'm looking for high probability setups to go long to like a pullback at the key entry point, and the market is going to open in 9 minutes. The uptrend has a break, so I need to redraw a channel even for the corrections. Right now I have a first break of this main channel, so I expect, according to price action trendline rules, for prices to push above EMA and to retest the new extreme of this previous uptrend. This correction is starting to look quite strong. Because I'm following price action rules, I am still not giving up on long setups. I expect for prices to push above EMA or this correction to first have a break new low and then for prices to create new high, because we started with an uptrend. So I'm sticking to the trend line rule and we will see what will happen. So the market corrected for a little bit. We can see EMA suddenly got flat. We were in a consolidation area, a lot of up and down, flat EMA in the middle of these bars, basically indecision. So there is no clean high probability setup for us to take, but it looks like we may finally push higher, have a nice bullish momentum. But there was pretty much no good safe entry to go long here. Either way, just bunch of stims, everything below EMA, no good high probability setup for me to capitalize on. So we just have to sit this congestion out because it gets unclear and you can get easily trapped in a congestion like this. Uptrend created new extreme. Right now we expect correction phase or possible reversal. However, at this point on, market is very slow. This is quite atypical. We have FOMC announcement today, so there is no clear bias at this point on. I just have to wait. Notice so many stims, so many overlapping bars, so many dojis indicating indecision. Market is very, very slow, and I just need to wait for a decent high probability setup. All right, traders, so we're continuing in this trading range structure, which means I have to follow the rules: sell high, buy low. You have a new high here, so I expect for prices to create a failed second entry long new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long failure, hoping for prices to create move down to new low at this support. All right, traders, so we had new high, first entry long, second entry long failure, but the signal bar was a bullish doji, which I didn't really want to sell below. I couldn't enter this failed second entry long because prices just didn't offer me a great signal bar. I would have preferred had we closed strongly below exponential moving average. All right, traders, so I still have yet to take a trade. This failed second entry long we were thinking about actually managed to work, but I really don't like setup like this. At that point, too stacked, too congested. We have a strong bullish imbalance, so I'm looking for this channel, but it is very flat. So we just exceeded the highest high in this flat uptrend. So we can have a possible stronger correction. This uptrend also has a break, new extreme. So anything can happen right now. Typical FOMC structure, just sitting here patiently. Notice we've been working 40 minutes completely flat with EMA in the middle of these bars indicating congestion. So I have to be patient and wait for high probability setup come to me. All right, traders, I'm resuming the video as we have a spike and a channel pattern down. I deleted the divider uptrend because the trading range took precedence. Now we have a spike and a channel, first break of the channel, which means we expect for prices to create new low according to trendline rules. Notice overshoot leads to a break of the channel. EMA is holding and we have new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. Had the second entry short trigger below this bar right here, I would have taken the second entry short, but notice it didn't trigger below this bar right here. It stalled, and technical second entry short triggered after this following bar, which is a bullish bar at this point on. So once I see this, I cannot enter. I'm waiting because the proper entry should have triggered below this bar with a nice big bearish stim at the top. It still may work, but unfortunately, you guys can see two matching lows right here, indicating it didn't trigger on the first go. It stalled, and then you would have to sell below this bullish bar right here. But the downtrend needs new extreme, and this is a second entry short, so we can definitely reach the bottom of this trading range. All right, traders, I'm going to take a failed breakout out of this small congestion as prices need to create new extreme for the downtrend. We have a first entry short, pullback, second entry short, but we had congestion, strong consolidation, and right here we have a failed breakout out of this congestion below EMA, nice bearish bar. Let's see if we can get filled here. Looking for new low of this downtrend, and we missed this setup. So unfortunately, we didn't catch it, even though I tried to chase it just a little bit. But basically, the bias still remains the same. The EMA kept holding. This downtrend needs to get new extreme. And right here, we're very close to creating new extreme. This is a tight congestion, basically a smaller trading range. So you play it as a normal trading range, which means you want to fade the breakout. And we had a breakout to the upside, and most breakouts will fail. So you expect for prices to continue pushing lower because we traded down into the smaller trading range. Prices created a break. First leg to a new extreme, pullback, second leg to a new extreme. We have a push above EMA and we have a high low. But if I take a look at the left side of the chart, what the prices were doing, we can see that from the very fell breakout, prices were pushing below EMA and never managed to close significantly above exponential moving average. Now, when I see that this is indicating stronger bearish momentum and I need to see some form of a trap, a strong buy setup rather than this high lows. For that reason, I'm just waiting because you never know if you're going to make additional push down with such a strong bearish momentum. You haven't closed above EMA once, so I'm not taking this high low, even though it looks like it is confirming the little bit of a failed breakout, basically the bounce at the support. Right here, so I'm going to take lower high after second entry short because we had a new low, first entry short pullback, second entry short. Uptrend played out with the break and a new high. And this is a lower high confirmation of the second entry short. The bias is still very strong bearish, just like I mentioned. The prices haven't really closed above EMA. This is the first time we closed above EMA, so I expect for prices to push lower. And we managed to push down quite strongly. You guys can see big stim at the closing of this bar. It looked very bullish, and now it reversed strongly bearish. So this is a lower high after second entry short. A lot of people are going to get trapped looking for high low too quickly while there is still bearish bias present. So we need a couple more ticks. Come on. I'm going to mark it as our first trade for the day. New low, first entry short, second entry short, push below EMA, lower high, confirmation setup. You guys can see we bounced off my order, but it didn't get us through. We need to dig through the limit order. Come on. From the very fell breakout, prices never fully closed above EMA, only here, but the uptrend played out with the break and new high. So that means we can have additional push down back to this support. Couple more ticks. Right, traders, and we got out, so I'm going to tighten the stop loss to break even. Going to keep runner somewhere around these lows. I'm not going to be too greedy. I'm going to actually leave it somewhere here because I really don't expect a strong downtrend. We may have potential actually downtrend like this, which is looking fairly tempting, but I still am going to take a couple points and see if we can get something more out of it. All right, traders, and our runner just got stopped out. So we didn't get any runner and we can bounce off here. This channel may not be valid, but I like still looking for additional push down on this lower high. All right, traders, so we have new high, first entry long, second entry long failure. But notice the bull bar push above EMA. We had a bearish bar, stim at the bottom. So since we closed above EMA, going a little bit sideways, and we have a stim at the bottom, didn't close fully bearish. That leads me to believe that there is some buying pressure at the close of the bar, and I didn't take this trade because it's getting too stacked. If it's getting a little bit unclear like this, I want to see decisive big bearish bar closing on its very low. The FOMC announcement came out and we can see big volatility. This is why a lot of times during FOMC, before it comes out, you get slow consolidating structure. So once I took my trade, I didn't really ended up taking any other trade. I took a break because you want to wait for prices to get the announcement out of the way and then for the volatility to kick in. Now, you don't want to be trading right around the news anyway, so you need to let this price action cool off a bit. But after it cools off, then you can start looking for a brand new pattern. All right, traders, I'm about to take a second entry short. Looking for a new extreme. I'm gonna go for 10 tick target profit. We have a new low, first entry short pullback, second entry short. Uptrend played out with the break and new high. EMA is holding. This downtrend needs to get new extreme, and the main spike in the channel needs to get new extreme as well. Uptrend played out with the break, new high, two-legged pullback, first entry short pullback, second entry short. We even have a lower high confirmation setup. So I'm going to tighten the runner. Anything we made just now is just a bonus. So let's see if we can milk the runner, but we're going to have a new low right here. Two-legged pullback indicated bullish correction play out. The bias is clearly bearish. You can see how price action suddenly clears up. You may want to reconsider trading before FOMC because it is really slow and choppy. It's not as reliable, and you can see how a lot of these second entries now and failures are working nicely. We had a nice two-legged pullback, second entry short. We can see we're very close to creating the new low. Runner got hit. I'm gonna wrap it up with my two trades. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.